Yeah, we were having some technical difficulties, but guess what? That is not going to stop us, right, Miss Reese?
Not going to stop us from yapping.
Yep, that's not going to stop us. We're here because we love being with you guys every single Wednesday. So one method, it doesn't work. We're going to hop on the other one.
Yes.
That's right.
Yes, we are.
We're going to find a way to talk to you guys regardless.
Because we need to chat.
We need to talk. This is our weekly outlet. There is no way we're not going to, how would you say, speak out.
Exactly. Exactamente. Yes.
So with that, everybody, our wonderful, amazing friends, we just want to say welcome. Welcome to Let's Connect.
Yes.
This is where you are. We're here every Wednesday, 3 p.m. to 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We're not on the radio today because of some technical difficulties, but we're here on our Facebook Live. And when we're done, as usual, we will post this episode to our YouTube page so that if anybody missed it, you can still go out and check it out in its full effect.
There's no reason for you not to catch us.
That's
because
right.
If you can't catch us while you're at work,
catch us live. If
you can catch us on YouTube.
You catch us later on. You know, when I like to make sure that we're reminding everybody, like even on the weekends, because sometimes, you know, because it's a weekday, it's 3 to 6 o'clock. It's like in the heat of things. For people who are ending work at 5 o'clock, they may just be like rushing to close out their day and they don't have time, or they may not be able to join us at that time. But I like to remind everybody, if you have time, start on Friday evening, man, or start on Saturday or something. When you get a little downtime, the topics are that good.
Yes.
And you don't want to miss it. The topics are that good. So there are so many different topics that you can find on our YouTube page. So don't miss it. And we always put the links out there, so you don't have to go search for it yourself. You don't have to type anything in. You just go click the link that we give you. Ta-da! And you pick the video that you want. So with that, Miss Reese, cue up our Let's Connect. Welcome to our people.
Cue up what's the welcome?
Welcome
to Let's Connect.
Yes.
Welcome to Let's Connect. What else I need to say? What? Why are you looking at me like that? I'm asking you.
So we just sat here and we queued up our video and you're not playing it.
I did play the video. I played that. Girl, I played that before you even, that was the intro.
I didn't hear it. Wow.
Okay. OMG.
All right, let's move on.
Oh, Lord. That was the first thing I played.
Oh, okay, my dear. I must have missed it.
Oh, my. Do you want?
So listen, you'll have to forgive me because I'm dealing with multiple issues. You know what this is?
An ice pack.
This is an ice pack because in my determination, you know, we've been having a day today, right? Which is why we're having technical issues and you having issues. And my issues are,
my God.
I slammed my finger in the door. So it hurts like crazy, people. So I want sympathies today. Yes, there's no shame in my day.
Do you felt the pain after?
Oh, I felt the pain after, and my thumb, not my thumb, it's my middle finger here, which I don't want to give the finger to anybody. So
I know it's a long time you want to give me the middle finger. You know. I know it's a long time you want to know.
I'm glad you know it. I'm glad you know it.
Yes.
So first, finally, given permission to do it.
Yep. A long time you want to give me the middle finger. Go ahead, girl.
So, you know, this is the I'm doing it on the DL right now. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yep.
Oh my goodness. So I slammed my finger so hard in the door you know, with trying to get the show set up and get everything done appropriately and right. And oh, and it hurts. And let me tell you, I'm a trooper, people, because it still hurts like crazy. Right now, it is throbbing.
I can imagine.
But I got it wrapped with my little ice pack, and hopefully, you know, it'll feel better. And I hope you guys can feel my pain and share with me. Misery loves company.
She wants a little sympathy for her finger
sympathy.
people.
I want sympathy.
Please, so she's gonna milk it today. She's gonna milk it today. I can't do this because of my finger. I can't do it.
I'm milking it. You better believe I'm milking it.
I hear that. I hear that.
It's like crazy. It's so funny. But anyway, it'll be all right soon enough. And my little ice pack, I've been wrapping it the whole time. I'll be all right in a little bit. It's been wrapped for an hour and it's still not going anywhere. But look at me. I'm tough. I'm strong. I'm a trooper. That's right. Yes. Because guess what? I want to be here. I want to chat with our people.
And but we would hope that a finger don't make you not be on show.
I know, right?
Okay.
Exactly. Yeah.
All right.
I hope that, you know, just one finger is not going to stop me. So
real quick, because, you know, we are our topic today. Let us tell the people what our topic is. And then I get into a little, you know, I have to come with a little gossip, a little something before we start, you know, get into our topic.
Yes, Miss Gossip.
And our guest just let us know that she'll be here in half an hour. So we're good, right? So, yeah. So the topic for today is being a single parent, or how you word it?
Single parenting today.
Single parenting.
Single parenting.
Regardless if you're a male or female.
Doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter. You're a single parent.
You're a single parent, whether you are a dad or whether you are a mom.
Yes.
Doing this on your own and raising these children, you know, our hats are off to all the single parents, because it is.
Listen, I lived that life. So I know. Yeah. And it's but we'll get into all of that. All right. So real quick before, because everybody know I love my reality shows and entertainment and people business. So child, two of them. The first one, I love Housewives of Atlanta.
Oh,
that's my thing. I don't know if you watch it, but listen, that's my, time, right?
Okay.
It's amazing how people that have money make an ass of themselves. So why not just sit and watch them, right? So with that being said, okay, so Portia is now dating the ex.
Who's dating?
Portia.
Okay.
Portia is now dating the ex-husband of one of the girls. She's new to the Housewives. The girl invited Portia and friends over to her house for a pool party, right?
Mm-hmm.
The girl is 31, the man is 52.
Oh, okay.
Right? And, and the next thing you know, early this week or last week, there was a headline saying that the girl divorced her husband. Mm-hmm. The 31-year-old divorced her husband. Right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. This week it comes out that Portia is engaged to the ex-husband. Girl, if that ain't some tea.
Is all that stuff for real? Is it true?
Listen.
Or is it like all made up?
Listen, no, it's on the internet. Portia came on and said, listen, I didn't have anything to do with these people break up. So she happy she living out. They engaged. Now let me tell you, that's breaking girl code right there. I know that there's a man shortage out there, but golly, Carol, what?
Listen, I guess recycling is a good thing in our society today. Okay, We
That
hear
is
about
true.
recycling all the time. We've got to recycle stuff to save
But
our
Carol,
planet.
Carol, I invite you over my house and we're having a party. And I'm like, oh, this is my husband, this is my husband. And whatever. And he's like, okay, whatever. And the next thing you know, you with, oh no, girl
And
code.
next thing you know, you
Even,
turn
even,
around and then I'm now with your husband, right?
even if you don't know the girl that well, even if you just met and you're forming a friend, trust me, that's wrong. That's bad. But hey, to each his own, everybody wants to be happy. And they're saying that the ring that she got is the same ring that he gave the old girl.
No, I don't think so. No, I
Listen,
would, even though I don't watch the show, I would venture to
watch it.
say that is not
You say
true.
you stressed, you need to watch the show to de-stress.
Girl,
Because when you watch that show, you'll be like, well, Lee,
I'd just be mad at people, then I'll be more stressed.
It's crazy. Then
I'm for that ring because nobody accepts somebody else's ring. So
she didn't accept the man left. No, that's I could not do that.
Yeah, even if she'll take him, but she won't take the ring. She won't take the ring because she knows that's craziness, and that's going to present a whole lot of arguments and problems. And then the previous owner of the ring, you're just giving that person a whole lot of reasons to embarrass you and insult you. So I'm sure she's not accepting the same ring. So that's just people saying that just to add fuel to the fire. And just to really have stuff to talk about. That's really all that is. That's gossip.
No, what is gossip? The ring?
No, the ring. The fact
yeah,
that it's the same ring.
Yeah. All right. So I just thought that was crazy. I could never do that. No, trust me, even if I met you 5 minutes and we hanging out for the day, and I just met you an acquaintance, and then your husband stepped to me, I could not do that. I could not. My mind, I would feel so guilty. Like I was laughing up in this girl's face and stealing her man. No, sorry.
Yeah, that is wrong.
And she don't care, girls. Hey, live your life, honey. Live your life. Yeah. And then remember, okay, so that's done to Portia. Ben Affleck and Jennifer Lopez.
Oh, I heard about that one.
Did you hear about that?
I heard about that one. You know, I don't know what to say about that, Reese.
Listen, but you know, they made a point today on the when I was watching the show TV today. We are just hearing that A-Rod and J-Lo just broke up. But maybe they've been broken up way before that, and we may not know.
That's the thing.
So we're looking at it as it just happened.
Looking at it as it just happened, and already she's back with someone else.
Because when we heard first, you know, she was leaning towards Mark Anthony for support. Her ex-husband. Mm-hmm. There, you know, he was consoling. He was, you know, she was consoling. He was consoling her or whatever. Mm-hmm. Then I heard now that she and Ben, they were hanging out for the week. All these people know their business. That's why I cannot be a celebrity. I chose not to be in the celebrity life because all this is too much for me.
We talked about this before, right? That it's so difficult for celebrities. And I'm going to say this again. And I don't know who I was telling. I was telling somebody, maybe it wasn't you, but everyone wants to be a celebrity. But let me tell you, it is so hard. You're raising your hand, Reese. It is so hard to be a celebrity because once you become a celebrity, people feel like they have rights to you.
And you can do no wrong.
And
you're not human.
You're inhuman. You're not human anymore, and you're expected to be perfect.
Yes,
everything perfect. And if you do anything that they don't expect you to do, or they feel, or people feel that you should not be doing, you know, something as human or humane as going to the bathroom becomes a big deal. Like every single human on the planet doesn't go to the bathroom. You know, but once you're a celebrity, That's a scandal if you go to the bathroom.
Look at when Adam Sandler went to IHOP the other day,
Right.
and he said he wasn't going to wait. He didn't want to wait, but they did not know who he was. No, if they knew when they found out who he was, it made TV, because he not what the man don't want to wait. But as I said, I opted not to be a celebrity, so I did not. I opted. Like it was my choice. Like
it was my choice.
It was my celebrity. Not to be a celebrity.
It's my choice all of this, not to be a celebrity.
Yes, people, I had options.
Yes, I opted not to be that right now. Absolutely not.
Man, I could not. They would have tired. They're tired. That's I'd be on the news every day. They were like, what? They would have a segment. What did Reese do now? That would be my segment.
I know.
But yeah, those were my two. But I like Ben Affleck and J-Lo. I ain't gonna tell no lie. First I liked P. Diddy and her. But then when I saw her with Ben Affleck, I thought that was cute.
Right.
Bennifer.
Well, it is what it is. People's relationships, if it works for them, then
I mean, you know what? Is there a limit on love? Like, I mean, is there a stipulation?
Perhaps, like they said, maybe at the time when they tried to make it work several years ago, they were younger and they didn't make it work. And now that they're older, they have learned a thing or two about life, about relationships, and about what they like or love about each other.
Right.
So there is no, right or wrong. If it works for them and they want to give it a try, I mean, who are we to condemn them or to judge them? It's none of our business. It's their business, and they'll work it out. They'll figure it out just like the rest of us. But because they are in the public eye, everyone judges.
Right.
And again, that's what I was saying about the fact that you're a celebrity, you don't have privacy. People feel like your life belongs to them.
Yep.
People feel like they own you when you have become a celebrity, unfortunately.
They sure do.
Everyone feels like, oh, I want to be a celebrity. I want to be a celebrity. And they forget that
it comes with
what it
I don't want nobody looking up to me. Hell, oh no.
Looking up to you is not the only thing.
Being no mentor and all of that.
It's the other piece also. It's like once you become a celebrity, it's almost like you've become a prisoner, because they can't just go out and do things like regular people. You and I can just run out and do whatever we want to do. They can't. Now they have to hide. If they want to have a simple relationship, they can't have a relationship with the person that they want to be with, because they're judged, And the person, I was watching a movie recently, and that's the reason I was talking about this topic. This person was poor themselves, working in a restaurant, and nobody cared. Okay. It was a guy, and nobody cared about him. He was working in the restaurant and doing his thing, serving food and all of that stuff. And he was poor, working several jobs to make ends meet. And he was struggling and trying to do his acting thing. And then he finally became successful at it after years, when everybody was kicking him, telling him, give it up, you're worthless, you're worth nothing. And then he finally became successful at it. He became successful. Now all of a sudden, everyone wants to be with him. Everybody's talking about him. And the young lady, the girl that he was dating, because he was in love with her, she was a hairdresser. All of a sudden, they're condemning this girl, okay? That she's a gold digger. She's not good enough to be with him. Why is she? Who does she think she is anyway to be with him? Now he can't date this girl that he's been with all this time and they ended up breaking up because of the strain of it. And he had to be dating her secretly, so the strain of that. So, it's not all as cracked up to be.
It's
Being
true.
a celebrity, you're a prisoner. They were hiding to
In your
date
own
each other.
world.
Huh?
Yes. Prisoner in your own world.
Yes. They were hiding just to be with each other. They're hiding. And they were together before he became a celebrity. And it's all of a sudden, he's not allowed to do this.
Yep.
So, it's not all it's cracked up to be, again, but it's something that, if you choose to be a celebrity, Miss Celebrity Reese.
Yes.
Then know before you go.
True.
Know what you're getting into. This is what you're getting into.
Because, honey, as I said, they would have a segment on me. What did she do now? Oh. You know how my dear give trouble? Yes. You know how my dear give trouble? That would be me.
Yeah.
Yes.
So we have some of our listeners who are commenting because they tried to access us on the radio. They're not hearing us on the radio. They're wondering what's happening. So we've put the Facebook link because we are live on Facebook. We put the Facebook link if you want to join us live on all of our pages. We also put, hey, Sandra. Sandra just joined us live on Facebook. And the live Facebook link is also in our Instagram profile right now. So if anybody on Instagram wants to be with us, they can click our live link.
Yeah, we just...
Sandra says we're looking amazing today, girl.
Well, thank you, darling.
Thank you, doll. We try for a whole 5 minutes before the show.
I know, right? Yes. Yes.
I was rushing on here, Sandra, like I was telling Reese. I said I was rushing so hard that just to get ready for our show, for our audience, I slammed my finger in the door so hard, and it's still hurting for about an hour and a half now, still hurting like crazy, an ice pack around it, and it's hurting, girl, but we're here trying to look fabulous.
Yes.
Oh my goodness. Yes.
So everyone should know that, right? We're not on the radio this week, but we're on Facebook Live.
Yes, we're not on the radio, but we're here. We're gonna come to you guys one way or another. We don't.
You're gonna hear us. You're gonna hear us.
You're gonna hear us.
And we gotta take the phone up and call y'all.
And we gotta pick the phone
and do the
up
show.
Every single one of our listeners.
Oh my God! And do the show. All right.
Do it. You're gonna hear us one way or another. We're gonna be talking.
Yes.
So, Reese, the other thing I wanted to chat about. Oh, Sandra says she loves your poster in your background behind you.
Oh, yeah.
Talk about it, girl.
This is a poster with all the influential women, Black women during our time. I'm just waiting for a frame to put it. I'm broadcasting from the E-Girl Work Bar, the new suite. And as you can see, we have Michelle Obama. We have, what's her name? Mahalia Jackson. We have, she was the first, Madame, what's her name? Thurman, Madame C.J. Walker. She was the first self-made millionaire.
Oh, yes.
She did the hair products.
Oh, yes. I know who she is. There's a movie on Netflix, and we watched it before, and we had a heated discussion about that, how she got her millions.
Oh, yeah, I forgot. You hate her.
No, I don't. Don't say that.
But this keeps me going. These are the women that, influential. Yeah. Thank you, my love.
Yep. You see her comment?
Oh no, let me go there. Girl, I can
Sandra says, where are you both at on that poster.
Oh,
We should be on that poster.
we,
That's right.
you're gonna see the other poster. Trust me.
Yes. So when the
Girl,
poster come out, since you think we look good today, today's
I
a
know.
good day because we actually got dressed. You
I
know,
know.
I guess
We clean up well, don't we?
we cleaned up today. So we need to take a picture today and add our photos to that poster.
Yes, honey. Yes, yes.
Oh, that's so nice. She says we're setting a tone for this generation talk radio show, real topics and real advice.
Thank you, my love. That's what we want.
Yes.
That is what we want.
Appreciate that comment so much, more than you can imagine. And that's why we try to make sure that we're here every week and we're trying to bring some awesome information every single week to our listeners. And we try to share with everybody. And we know everybody's listening because we get the comments and stuff. And we appreciate you. We know you're out there, even if you don't call into the show.
Even if you're listening under the DL, we know you watching us.
Yep. And even if you listen on the DL, because we see the stats.
Uh-huh.
So
I ain't gonna listen to them girls. They ain't talking about on the girl. You heard
I
that.
know, right? And even if you don't call us, we call them
silent listeners. They're called silent listeners.
And we have a lot of silent listeners on the show, but we love it because you know what? We're confident that we are bringing something important and something that they want to know. That's why they're listening silently. Because if they didn't like what we're giving them, they wouldn't even be here at all. So keep rocking with us. We appreciate it.
This is my therapy. This is my thing. I love Wednesdays.
Yeah, me too. Honestly, Wednesdays for me is a highlight.
Yeah, we need a life. But but even
this is our therapy. And then guess what? I'm sorry to cut you, but we have guests like our guest today, who are coaches, lifestyle coaches, mentors, this and that, health and wellness people that come on here. So this is our therapy every Wednesday.
And sometimes I'm not in the mood, but feelings like, oh, but then when I think about it, like, no, I gotta go. And by the time, I could win an Oscar or two. Because when you come on the show, you don't know what the person was going through. Exactly. Or what the morning was like, or what the day is. But all you see are these nice, cheery faces.
That's right. And that's what it is, because we're here. We want to cheer everybody else up. We want you to feel like this is a bright spot for you.
And it gives me a chance to dress up. Gives me a chance to dress up and put on makeup.
I know, right? Gives me a chance to get out of my pajamas. Yes. This is the only time I get to get out of my pajamas.
So,
and look like I'm in the land of the living.
So look like we're really hosting a talk show, right?
Yeah, right. That's right. Okay. We're doing it. We're hosting a talk show. This is our talk show. This is
can't mess with us. All righty. Yeah. So hopefully they'll join us. If not, they'll catch it on YouTube.
Yeah.
So
I wanted Reese. I wanted to talk also real quickly about that video that I showed you about kids Instagram.
Yes, that was
did you want to play a little snippet of it so people know what we're talking about right now? It's not, we don't own the copyrights to this video. It was actually on TMZ that covered it, and we're just replaying it. They all copyrights to TMZ. This was their interview, but it was just so interesting a topic, and it's just a little snippet introducing what the idea behind it, or what the issue surrounding it is, and then Reese and I can just chat about it a little bit about kids Instagram and how Facebook is trying to start this kids Instagram, because I'm really curious to find out what other people think about it. I know what I feel about it, but I don't know what everybody else feels about it. And Sandra, if you're there, because I know you're busy, you could just let us know what you think. But here we go. We're going to play the video. And again, copyrights from TMZ Live. Whoops. Is it playing sideways?
Yeah.
Okay. So I guess we can scrap that because I'm not even hearing audio, Reese.
Oh, you're not hearing the audio?
No.
Hold on.
You have to press share audio. Share audio. But the video, unfortunately, is also turned sideways. So, unfortunately. All right, don't worry about it. Reese, you're on mute. So don't worry about it. Let's just talk about it and tell everybody what it is then. Thanks, Sandra, for trying to help us out, us technically challenged folks over here. We are technically challenged today, and Miss Reese, you're still on mute. And I don't know why you're on mute, unless you just want me to talk to your picture of your face. So basically, Reese, you having some difficulties over there, my dear? There's a little microphone button that you need to press to say unmute, unmute, and take yourself off mute. I can't hear you.
Can you hear me now?
I hear you now because you've unmuted yourself. Why, thank you, my dear.
Thank you. You're welcome, ma'am.
So, a hot mess.
I'm telling what?
You're a hot mess. Okay, so the kids' Instagram is something that is being discussed right now. And I really want to know what you think about it. So Mark Zuckerberg is actually trying to come up with this thing. And it will be for children ages 13 and under, right? Where it's supposedly a meeting place or whatever for kids 13 and under. But it's going to function just like the regular Instagram that we have now. And the idea behind it is really because they want to be competitive. I guess, YouTube has YouTube Kids and this and that. However, somehow YouTube has YouTube Kids. They've found a way to heavily regulate the YouTube Kids in how they regulate it. And it seems to be working a bit. But Instagram wants to have that feature as well. And they want to be competitive for the kids market. Now, what do you think about Instagram for kids, Reese?
I think that Instagram should be for teenagers and up. All right. I don't think they need to be distracted anymore so that they're distracted now by tablets. Because my 3-year-old grandson, that's all he's in, tablets and the YouTube and the whatever. They're distracted. They don't need no Instagram. That's my opinion. So I'm trying to get him away from the tablet. Every single thing he does, if he goes to the bathroom, he has the tablet. If he eat, he has the tablet. Yes. They don't need that. Another thing added, and then they can't concentrate at school. No, they're too young for that. I think.
Sandra said they also have Kids Messenger. I didn't even know that.
No, I really don't think that they need to be adding that on.
Yeah, I 100% agree with this. And especially, and I'm pretty sure, and right now they're fighting it. Every organization and child protection agencies and all the agencies that you can think of right now are trying to fight this, and they're trying to block this thing from going.
Yeah, they don't need to.
Because it is not safe. All right. There's so many issues. Sandra, you are so right about the cyberbullying.
Yeah. we have to deal with that on a daily basis.
She has a 16-year-old and she's saying 16-year-old son, and she's saying cyberbullying for her son who's 16 years old. So can you imagine 13 and under? And some of the agencies, the protective agencies, were talking about the fact that 9 and 10-year-olds can also be some of the meanest children in the world, because they don't really fully have a sense, that full sense of right and wrong. So a lot of times they will bully other children, and they just say whatever they want to say out of their mouths.
Don't care.
It could be detrimental to other kids. The bullying, the cyberbullying, is a really, really serious issue. And we cannot forget about that just for the sake of making money, etc. We can't forget that. I think they should just leave our children alone. Okay, and this is my personal feeling about this. They should just leave our kids alone. Let them be kids. They have enough distraction, enough stuff. My other major concern about this, okay, Reese, my other big concern about this is it could be a cesspool for predators. That is my biggest concern, even over the cyberbullying and everything else. The cesspool for predators, because they don't have a good way right now. Instagram they don't have any way of regulating people's ages. You can just go on there and lie about your age. You can say whatever your age is. And then you have these little kids, okay? And a lot of these little kids, they can sign up and their parents don't know that they signed up, or don't know that they're on there, and they're having conversations with heaven knows who.
And it's when it's too late.
Yes. You know, and they're not going to tell their parents that this is happening. And it's like it's just offering up our kids on a platter. I am so against it. You have no idea. I'm so against it. We have enough issues that we're dealing with on a daily basis with our kids and all of their devices anyways. You know, and for anybody who has experienced this in the past, where the kids have been outreached inappropriately, you know, by others over the internet, you'll know what we're talking about. The fact is, people can just come into your home and slide into your home via the internet and take your kids out, swipe them out right from under you. It is so dangerous. And I think that we should just leave it for the adults, leave the kids alone.
Yes, we have enough issues already dealing with to add another thing, you know? So I totally agree that they should not have Instagram or anything like that.
Yeah.
Let them get, because we're gonna have to deal with them at the teenager level now. And that is just.
Yeah. Like Sandra is saying, that you have pedophiles. You have, unfortunately, you have some parents who are not as conscientious or careful with their kids, that will just leave these kids up to their own devices. You also have what Sandra's mentioning, hackers. Yes. Hackers, you know, who will hack into your home, basically. So many issues.
Yeah, so that definitely agree with it.
Yeah, I just don't even, I mean, eventually, if they do decide to proceed with developing this thing, the most we can do as parents is to just learn to safeguard our kids, figure out what the safeguards are, you know, what are the safety options that we have available to us to protect our children and to protect these devices potentially. That's all we're going to have, going to be able to do. But I'm really hoping that it doesn't go through. And I hope that all parents, you know, get together as well and support the fact that we don't want this kids' Instagram going forward. Okay. Yeah, I'm really hoping against it. And I've never been so adamant about something before, but this, I fully do not want any part of it.
Yep. All righty, so that was our what moment?
That was our wow moment. What's affecting us, everybody? That's our wow moment today. What's affecting us? And that's definitely, I don't know about you, Reese, but that's definitely affecting me today.
You know,
So I
other
have
than
to
Ben,
talk about it.
other than Ben, Jennifer Lopez and Ben getting together,
Okay,
that,
so see, that was affecting you today.
that wasn't affecting me.
Jennifer Lopez and Ben Affleck was affecting
Together
you today.
was affecting me today that I had to mention it. See,
You're a mess.
people, I need a life, okay? So
You're
with
a
that being
mess.
said,
But listen, at least you know that's your fun
Yes.
stuff. There's nothing
Yes.
wrong with it.
right. So you want to do the intro? Welcome, welcome, welcome. It's Elisa. Did I pronounce? You're mute. You're mute.
I didn't realize that. Thank you.
Is it Elisa or Elisa?
It's Elisa, yes.
Elisa. Okay,
Yes.
welcome to the Let's Connect show.
Thank you for having me. I'm glad to be on it.
And where you calling from? Not calling, talking from today. We love to know where our guests are from.
Okay. I'm talking from Canada. I'm in Winnipeg, Manitoba.
Winnipeg?
Really?
I used to live in Winnipeg.
No
That's
way.
Cold up there, honey. I lived in
Oh.
Toronto for 1 year and I was like, bye. Because you guys are too cold.
Oh my
We're even
goodness.
colder than Toronto, believe it or not.
Really?
Toronto's nothing. Oh, yes. Minus 40 sometimes. Minus.
Well, here,
So what's the temperature there like right now?
Right now it's nice because it's spring, so it's 23 Celsius.
with 23 Celsius is how many Fahrenheit?
I'm not sure here. I'm going to Google. What is that?
Okay.
Google the yeah.
So what? In the meantime, welcome Winnipeg.
That's right.
Thank you.
Yes.
Winnipeg, Canada, everybody. So see, you guys need to join us because you all know you are our audience. You know you're with us every week. You know we are international on this show. Okay,
Yes.
we are international all across the US. We come to you from various countries. We have the UK, we have Canada, we have Jamaica.
Now we have Canada on our list.
Yes.
Yes.
We have everyone on this show, and today we are welcoming the amazing Elisa Thickson. And
Thank
Elisa, you are a lifestyle coach.
I am.
Divorce recovery coach, as you term it.
I
So we're going to
love
get
the
into
term.
that a little bit because today we want to chat about single parenting.
Okay.
And all of the issues surrounding single parenting today, because we all know we if you're not a single parent yourself, some of our listeners, some of your neighbors, family members, friends,
somebody out there,
you know someone who's a single parent, and you know of the struggle that is associated with single parenting, but it's not all bad.
No.
Okay? It's not all bad. We're not going to sit
not.
here and say it's horrible and you know single parents are down on their luck, but we just want to chat with everybody today. And again, you know, join us if you have questions. Let us know what your questions are. But we're going to chat, and Elisa is going to give us some advice from her perspective, because Elisa, I know you are a parent of a 17-year-old as well, and you have a lot that you share, and you also do seminars where you coach folks and you give everybody like life lessons and tips and stuff of how to cope with single parenting and whatever issues that they are facing. So with that, welcome, Elisa, and tell us a little bit more about yourself besides what I just talked about.
Okay. Well, as we said, I'm here in Winnipeg. Yes, I am a single parent of a 17-year-old, and I've been divorced, oh gosh, well over 10 years. My son was young. So I've, throughout the years, I've had my own struggles, but I was able to, with the right help, build myself up and recreate basically a new single life where me and my son are happy. My son has a great relationship with his dad. I communicate effectively with my son's dad. It wasn't always the case. I'll be honest at first, especially when you're divorced and it doesn't go the greatest. There's a lot of bitterness, a lot of anger, a lot of like, how do I put it? I want to get back at you a little bit. You know?
Yes.
So that part, you know, of course, is the trickiest. But once you can get over that bitterness and that anger and get over your fears, it actually is a nice life. It's great when when you're able to start over and have the life that you want.
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
You know, we know so many single parenting, and I'm so glad that you talked about that, and the fact that some people, what are some of the misconceptions though, of single parenting from your perspective? I'm sure you've heard it all and you've seen it.
Yes. Yes. A lot of misconceptions are, oh, well, I'm the only parent. Like
Oh, okay.
I have to deal with everything. I have to deal with parenting by myself because a lot of the times, some parents aren't on the same page. It's very important to be on the same page when it comes to parenting. So I get, oh, I'm by myself doing that. I have the finances. I work. There's just so much there's so much like on my shoulders. Oh, it would be nice if someone else was here to carry the brunt of some of what I'm going through. But that's not always the case either. Because what can happen is if you haven't dealt with your issues, that's something that I teach. If you haven't dealt with your issues from your past divorce, you're only going to carry them forward in a new relationship. So how much brunt do you want a new person coming in to carry? Because these are your kids, right?
Right. Okay.
So some people think, oh, if I had a partner or a new partner, it would be so much easier, but not always.
Okay.
Not always.
Okay. Yeah, that's one thing I've heard about and I've seen and perhaps even thought of when I was younger. To be honest, I would say, oh, wouldn't it be easier if you had a partner or if you had somebody to help you, you know? So that is definitely a common misconception. I would say a lot of people would have that because you think if you have two parents are better than one, which normally you're getting along.
Yes, exactly.
But sometimes you can be in a two-parent household and still feel like a single mom.
That's
or
right.
a single dad.
Yes.
Because the other one is either working too much and you have to do the doctor visits, you have to do this, you have to do the soccer, you have to do where's the other parent. So you do have those marriages that you do feel like you're doing it alone.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's why people get divorced too.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh man. Some of the other ones I saw when I was looking at this topic too is some of the common misconceptions of single parenting. And again, this is not just for women, it's also for men because you have a lot of single dads out there.
That's true. Yeah.
I know a couple of them. And they're doing good. They complain about the same thing that we women complain about.
Oh my goodness.
Yes, they do. And it's surprising too, because the men who are single parents, the mom is completely out of the picture. Like the mom's not even having visitation.
Yeah.
And that's shocking to me because
or they choose not to.
Or they choose exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Wow. And I have a friend that happened. He has boys and she chose not to be like, she just gave it to him, gave them to him. And trust me, he's doing a good job with them. He tried to let them go see the mom. She's just not. And when you see a father take control or have custody of kids, you know that there's something more to than just, I just want my kids.
That's right.
As opposed, you know, it goes deeper than when us women are just left. Most of the time, we're just left with the kids.
That's true.
So do you think that's on one side more than the other side, Elisa? is it that when you said for single dads, usually the moms are not in the picture, but usually for single moms, the dads are somehow in the picture?
Well, it happens with women where the dads aren't in the picture as well, but it's becoming, I think, more common where the single dads, I'm sorry, where the mothers aren't around with single dads. It's becoming a lot more common. Because I used to be a legal assistant in family law. And I noticed just even in my career how common it was becoming where single dads had to take over for their kids. And yes, Reese, they did a great job. And the mother wasn't showing up at visits or chose to not come around and would give custody of the kids. And
I'm telling you, if for me, a mom, to give up her child without a fight, because if my kids' dad they're coming to me and say, you know what, I want custody, I'm gonna fight. I'm not just going.
Oh yes.
Oh, we're gonna head toe to toe.
Oh yes, yes,
you know,
absolutely.
but then as you know, with the you have some females, they just don't want to be parents, and you're not knocking them for that. Because I rather they give them to the people that want them.
Yeah.
Than
Yes,
have
of course.
kids
Yes.
and mess their life up. So we're not judging anybody here.
Right.
Not everybody wants to be a parent.
Yeah.
It could be that the father was forcing, the husband was forcing them. I want kids. I want kids.
That can happen. Yeah.
And the lady don't want to have kids, and she's like, you know what? Let me just give him his kids. But that's not what you want.
Well, no, exactly. You've got to fight for your kids. It's always a fight, and that's something I teach too. Because there's always going to be some sort of issue when it comes to custody. I've had it in mind too. I had to go to court. I had to go to court twice, and it is a really, really hard battle.
It's draining.
It is very draining. You have to know how to fight back, even with a lawyer. Sometimes, like, lawyers don't always know the loopholes, or they don't always see through certain control tactics. So you really have to be on your feet with that.
And then again, you have to think about the child. They're going back and forth. Like, who do you want to live with? I know what we tend to forget about the kids.
Exactly.
We don't think about that. They have feelings. We don't think it's affecting them. We just know we're trying to protect them.
Exactly.
Right?
Exactly.
So it's not easy.
No, it really isn't.
It's sad that we have so many single parents.
It is. Yes.
It's sad.
It is sad. And it's sad too with this, with our pandemic, that there's more divorces and there's more single parents. So that's why I think it's important to teach, okay, what do you want going forward? You've had this divorce, you know what happens, but let's pick a marriage that you can have for life and a healthy life for you and your kids. Well, what do you want going forward? Because no one wants to have this twice. You know what I mean?
Remember, it in the beginning is always rough because I've been divorced. And honey, let me tell you, I couldn't stand him. I didn't want him to have nothing to do with my kids. And but as time goes by, soften up. I know we talk and laugh, and I'm like, okay, this was not us when we were when it was fresh. Right?
Yes, absolutely.
And you do better. I don't co-parenting, but now, I mean, I see it's better co-parenting when you can get along.
Absolutely. That is key when you want to do co-parenting.
Once you have that down, you don't even remember that you think you're still a family. And I like that.
Well, exactly. You hit that right on the nose. In my case and clients' cases, when you first break up, you don't see that other person as still your family. You hate them, I even went through it. I don't want anything to do with you, no offense, but now I consider them family.
Yeah.
Not just my son, but also my ex. He's my friend. So if anything were to happen to him, I'd be worried. I wouldn't want to see him hurt. I want to see him happy. But in the beginning, you don't think like that.
No, but people, there's hope. There is. It will get to the point. So anybody that's
Exactly.
going through it fresh right now
Mm-hmm.
will get better to the point where you're laughing and talking and be like, okay, so
That's right.
it will get there.
So I
It
do
does.
want to mention some stats real quick about that, because I saw that single parents, single fathers
Mm-hmm.
in this country, in the US, I should say, because Elisa is from Canada. So in the US, single dads, there are nearly 13.6 million single parents in general. And
Okay.
they're raising over 21 million children. But out of that, single dads, single fathers are 16%. Okay, are
Wow.
single fathers. That's a big number.
That
So we
is.
have to remember that there's a good chunk of our
Yes.
society who are actually single dads as well.
Mhm.
But most times when we think about single parents,
As mothers.
we forget. We
Yeah.
just think about single moms,
Yes.
and we
Mhm.
forget that there are
But you have
single
some
dads out there.
awesome guys out there that want their kids.
Yes,
That's right. Yeah,
And they fight for them.
they do.
Even,
Yeah, they fight for
even
them.
if there's nothing wrong with the mom, like let's say the mom was on drugs or
Mhm.
something like that, even if it's a normal person like me and you, they still
Right.
want their kid.
Yeah, they
Yeah.
do. Yeah, absolutely. And sometimes they can't get them either, all because of bitterness and the mom.
Exactly. And I hate that. I
Yes.
hate that.
That
Because at the end of the
absolutely.
day,
I do too.
if the kids are gonna be affected.
The kids
Well,
are
that's
definitely.
exactly it. Yeah, that's who gets
We
affected.
we need to take ourselves out of the equation when it comes to that. It has
Yeah.
nothing to do with us. If
And
the
we're gonna
child-
get
that's
into
right.
that a little bit too, Reese, because I want Elisa to talk a little bit about her coaching when she's coaching, some of the tips that she's giving. But before we do that, I want to welcome Yvonne. Yvonne has joined us, and Yvonne
Hi,
is saying,
Yvonne.
"Hey, Yvonne."
Hi,
She's saying,
Yvonne.
non-traditional families as well, definitely, because non-traditional families, you're going to have, maybe you have the dads and no moms, or you have the moms and no dads, so definitely that's that imbalance there. One, the other gender is missing, etc. So it is definitely difficult. So I want to ask you real quickly, I gave some stats for the single dads, but for the single moms, I want to say real quickly, it is a bigger chunk, as we do know,
Yeah.
who
Right.
are single moms. And basically 30% of the babies are born to single mothers. That's a big stat. And
That is.
out of the 84% of women who are single parents, 84% of women who are single parents, 44% of them are divorced or separated. Those are some big
number.
statistics, some big numbers. So out of the 84% of the women who are single parents, more than half are divorced or separated. So hence you have the single parenting issue, for women. And these were just some statistics that came out back in 2000. And another stat real quickly, I love to give our audience listeners some statistics so they understand the nature of what we're talking about. Back in 2019, there was a study that was done by a New Pew Research Center, right? And 130 countries and territories were surveyed at that time. And it showed that the United States, Elisa, you'll like this one. The US has the world's highest rate of children who are living in single parent households. Yes. Okay.
That's amazing to
Yeah.
me.
The highest rate of children living in single parent households, but we can't really compare because sometimes as humans we want to compare, because let's say like China and India, they have more than 1 billion people, so you
Right.
it would be
Right.
so you were like, wait a minute, what about those large countries? But the US has the highest, and it's because of how their family structures are set up very, very differently there. They're based around families in those societies.
Yeah. You know what gets me? We're in love and lovey-dovey. Let's make kids. Let's have kids. Let's do the family thing. And then by the time we have the baby, we see is a single parent. What am I missing? I don't understand.
Well, remember okay, I'm gonna let you go, Elisa, but I'm gonna mention this real quickly to Reese. The thing is, let's say the US as opposed to someplace like India and China, etc. Like I said, they're based around the family structure. And it is very, in some of those societies too, is very patriarchal and stuff like that. So when they stress marriages, and whether you're happy or not, honey, you're in that marriage for life. Okay.
That's right.
You're in that marriage. You're not allowed to leave that marriage.
I wish somebody had forced me. You
Whether
stick with
you're
me,
happy
buddy, for life.
or not, you're in it.
That's right. And that's how it should be too. You know, you've picked this person.
Yeah.
Well, half the time, Elisa, they don't pick in those societies like China.
Oh, they don't.
They don't
That's
pick.
true.
They don't get to pick.
Maybe we would be better off if they had picked our spouses. Because maybe
I've wondered that. I've wondered that. And they're also taught that you learn to love them. You learn to look past flaws, and you learn how to work through rough patches. And yeah, I guess their thinking is if family knows you best and knows good suitors.
That is why I love Marriage at First Sight, because that show.
Anyways,
it's arranged. I'm telling you, I'm not coming off the subject, but I'm just saying that it could work. And that's
you know what, it could.
Yes, because we're picking our own and we're not doing a good job. So maybe if we had arranged marriages, we would be in a better place and we wouldn't have so many single parents.
Well, you say that now because you're not that familiar with the subject. I am, and I've looked into it. It's not necessarily the best.
But I try anything once.
Yeah, okay. And you will run away so quick. I know you. But in those societies, Miss Reese, you will not have the option of running away.
Okay? No, that's true. That's true.
You will not. But that's back to the question. That's why the US has the higher rates of single parent, because you know we have the democracy and this and that, and freedom of this and freedom of that.
I'm not putting up with that, so bye.
Exactly. Goodbye. It's done. Thank you. In the other societies, you do not have that. So just to round out the numbers real quickly, and then I want to get back to Elisa, is 23%, right? Out of those 130 countries and stuff that were surveyed that I talked about, almost 25%, almost a quarter, okay, of the US children under the age of 18, they live with one parent, okay? We're talking about almost 25%, okay? Under the age of 18 are living in a single parent household. And that is more than 3 times the amount of children around the world who do so, which is 7%. Okay, so the US is at 25%, the world is at like 7%. Yeah. And I wanted to mention with that too, so in comparison, US is at almost 25%, like I said. China is at 3%. Nigeria is at 4%.
Wow.
India is at 5%. Canada is at 15%. So Canada is right behind the US.
Yeah.
And Canada usually have their stuff going on. They're usually quiet. You know, Canada don't get no trouble.
No, you know what? We don't.
I'm telling you, you never hear Canada in the news. So we bring them a visit
about it doesn't mean that something is not happening, Ms. Reese.
Well, no, that's what I'm saying.
That is true too.
They protect their people.
Yeah, we do. We do protect each other.
They must be looking at us
laugh a lot and accept it and say, "Oh, okay, but sorry," even though there's nothing for us to be sorry about. That's the common joke. Oh, but sorry, excuse me. We're very polite. Don't always stand up for ourselves, but we're polite.
Yes.
Yeah. So those stats are really, I just wanted to bring out those statistics to let everybody understand the magnitude of what we're talking about, and in comparison to other countries and what the rate of single parenting
and
is.
I'm not surprised that US is on top. I'm not surprised.
Yeah.
I'm not surprised because we're just crazy like that.
So Elisa, in your coaching, can you tell us, and I know you have seminars, maybe you can walk us through a little bit when you're teaching, what are some of the issues that you're addressing? And what are some of the common issues that people come to you with that they need help with or they need advice on? And what do you coach them?
Yes.
Well, one of the common things that I coach on is the emotional part of it. People come to me saying, you know, I feel like I'm just not functioning. You know, I have these fears. I don't know how to manage on my own. They're angry, you know, they're bitter. So I teach them how to release that anger. I also teach them how to be more confident, because that's also a common issue, especially with, I'm not going to say all women, but some women, if you've left an abusive relationship, your confidence is really, really low. So it's important to build that up so that you can function every day, and you can decide what you want for yourself and for your kids. And when you're going through the court process, if you have a lawyer maybe not doing enough for you, you need to know how to stand up for yourself.
Because kids watch, kids they observe.
Yes,
and if you are down, they know, because I remember when I was going through my divorce, and it was rough for me. I mean, I was just bawling every minute. I cry at commercials. So you can imagine going through life. Okay.
That's funny. I'm the same way.
I'm looking at a commercial and tears are rolling down my eyes. Like, seriously? So you can imagine life issues. I'm bawling. And here I am.
do too. When you're crying at comedies.
I know, right?
You know your life is over. So I'm going through my emotions and not even think the kids are small. So I'm not even thinking that they're looking. So one day my son came home and he was like, Mom, I made this for you. I used to love those little things that I made with the paper. And so he said, 10 qualities about your mom. So he said, my mom can cook, my mom can this, and this. I still have that paper. It said strong. My mom is strong. And I started bawling because I'm like, how does this little child know that I'm strong? And
I know.
Like, they're watching. They're watching.
They are watching. Yes, exactly.
I framed that and I was like, oh my God. So that's when, if you're going through it, you have to be mindful that they are watching you. And watching you feed off of that energy that you have.
Absolutely. And they'll see you working on yourself as well too, and doing things for yourself, and they can carry that into their own life when they get older. They'll know instantly, okay, this is how we become confident. This is how we stand up for ourselves, because my mom does it, my dad does it, etc. So it's really important to have that confidence training and how to release those emotions as well. That's a big part of it.
Right.
Yes, Yvonne, really, I do cry on commercials, she said. It's like, really? I have no shame. Don't judge me.
That's terrible. You've got issues, Reese.
What? Maybe I need coaching from Elisa. Can I be your client?
Sure, absolutely. I think we'd have a great time.
So Elitha's joined us also. Reese, say hi.
Hi, Elite. Hi.
Yes.
Hi, welcome
for joining us.
Yes, we are rapping with our girl from Winnipeg, Ontario, Elisa.
Winnipeg, Manitoba. That's right.
Did I say Ontario? Sorry.
Yes. That's Toronto.
See, I wasn't in geography class when.
Exactly. You missed geography completely, girl.
Yes, honey. So
you missed it.
We're talking about single parenting. Single parenting. It is not as, you know what's not easy with single parent, and the men go through. I thought that single a single father would get more girls, but that's not the case.
What do you mean?
Being a single
That's
father
interesting.
attracts girls, right? Ladies, I thought. But in his case, he's saying no, because guess what? They want to be like, oh, I want to meet up with you Friday night. Oh, he can't meet up with them Friday night because he has the boys. He doesn't have a babysitter.
Right.
So they go through the same struggle, like
They do.
single parent when women are dating.
That's something I encourage too when the other parent isn't around. Is try and find ways to get a babysitter. It's hard to leave kids exactly, and make the most out of the time when they're in bed as well, to do something for you every night, whether it's turning on that program that you've been waiting to see and waiting for them to go to bed. Oh, yay.
Yeah. And then you fall asleep in 5 minutes.
Yes.
You're so tired.
Oh, yes. Then you go, oh, shoot, I've been waiting for that. But yes, it's hard during a pandemic, of course, but yeah, get a babysitter, even if it's only once a month.
Yes.
Okay. And you're going out by yourself. Got to make sure you have you time, because that's important too with dating. When you're dating,
Aileen
right?
says family too. It's good if you have family support.
Absolutely. Yeah.
That helps. That helps.
It does help. And some people don't, sadly, or that happens. If you don't, or say your parents are older and they're not able to babysit for whichever reason, there are online, like care.com has qualified babysitters, or you can check, like here we have St. John's Ambulance who certifies babysitters. So you can go through that program to get a babysitter for a couple of hours.
Okay.
Yes.
And it's good for the kids too, because they need time apart from you as well.
That is true.
Yes.
They do need that little time, because sometimes, it's like, you love them, but they do get on your nerves. You need a little space. It's healthy.
Yes, it is.
Yeah. So I want to chat, because you started this, some of the single parent survival tips, right? Because that's what we're talking about. We have single dads, single moms, as we're saying. It is not easy. Yes. And yes, Lethe, I agree with you. It can be it is very rewarding, because I know for me, with my kid, no matter how annoyed I get and angry or whatever, I still wouldn't trade her for anything. Love her to the moon and back. And it's hard. It's a struggle. It's difficult. They get on your nerves, but it's extremely rewarding when you know that this kid, that you have this life that you're molding and you're raising. But some of the survival tips, right, for men or women, if you're raising kids as a single parent, one, stay positive.
Yes.
Right?
Absolutely.
Positive. Because like you said, Elisa, you have to show them that they're watching you as a parent. They're watching what you're doing. So you're setting a good example. It's not always easy though. I know for me.
It's not. You're going to have your bad days. You're going to have your stressed out days. You've worked all day. You got to pick your kids up from daycare. Then you got to cook and you're tired. Yeah. You have all these emotions going on.
Yeah. But give yourself some grace.
Exactly.
Right? And then another thing that you mentioned before, I'm just mentioning it again, is don't neglect your self-care.
Absolutely.
Give us some tip, give us some ways other than, for self-care for single parents.
Well, some tips, first of all, especially when you're dealing with young ones, and for an example, say you're home all day with them, make sure you take care of your hygiene, because it's really, it's really easy to do, like, oh, I don't have time for a shower, or I don't have time to do my hair. Let's find a schedule where you can make time for that.
With the shower.
Exactly. If you want, do it at night when they're in bed, or, take 10 minutes in the morning if your kids are young. can either put on the TV for 10 minutes, or if they're babies, those like chairs or jolly jumpers, and put them in the doorway of the bathroom if you have to. But that shower it can change your mood of the day, and just it makes you feel awake, etc. And it kind of fights depression. And
Right.
another tip is healthy eating every day. Nourishing you and nourishing your kids, drinking lots of water. That also helps with your moods, and especially if you're going through an emotional period, sadness, it helps the sadness actually.
Okay. Okay.
Mhm.
Great. And so one of the things that you were just talking about that leads right into it is to create a routine.
Exactly.
So you have to create a routine for yourself and do this frequently. Don't neglect yourself. It's a part of the self-care,
That's right.
that routine. If you're gonna take a bath every night to make sure, put the kids to bed or something, this is your bath time, that's really hard, especially if you're a working parent and this and that. And it's like, by the time you're done, sometimes you're like, you just want to just go somewhere and curl up.
Oh, exactly. But what I would do, just as an example for that, this is something I teach, is when my son was in bed, I'd be like, okay, I know I'm exhausted, but I also know what's going to happen if I sit there on the couch. I'm not going to move. So I would make sure that the lunch was done, what I needed to the night before. I'd go have my bath, and then I would go sit. That bath would kind of help revive me and relax me. And sometimes, you lay there half asleep.
But it's easy for a person that has 1 or 2 kids.
Yes.
What about the parent that had, like me, 4 kids, or they have 6 kids, or I have a friend that have 8 kids.
But I think that's when you need the routine more than anything.
Exactly. And you know what? In a way, I hate to say this, I think 4 kids are a little bit easier than just you and 1, because your kids have a little bit. I see some advantages. I mean, it's more work for you with the cooking and the lunches and the
laundry.
And the laundry, exactly. It's more work that way. But you have a little bit more leeway with your own self routine, because your kids can accompany each other. When you only have 1 kid, you're the only one watching that 1 kid. So how do you fit in that shower?
That's true.
Excuse me. You know what I mean? How do you fit in just even daily hygiene?
Because you do have, if you have an older kid, the older kid can help you with, like my daughter, she helped me with the 2 little ones. So
right. Where they can help with the laundry. But when it's just you and, say, a 3-year-old, or you and a 2-year-old, and a lot of us, or you and a baby.
I have my 3-year-old grandson, and I just had him for 2 days, and I'm ready to give him back. So I can imagine. They are stuffing. No, it's true. The 3, I'm telling you.
Those are hard years.
Man, very hard. It's true. I feel
running around. Oh yeah. Oh, don't.
And I so agree with you, Lethe. She just commented and saying that routine is even more important for the kids. So it is great for the adults, but it's even more important for the kids. And like you're saying, Reese, if you have multiple children that you have to deal with, this routine helps them and it helps you, because they understand, they start to know the pattern. They know that, okay, bedtime is at this time. So don't even come to me after this time, it's bedtime, so they start to understand that, and it's easier to care if you have multiple children. But when it's disorganized, it's just chaos, and it adds to the stress for yourself as a parent as well as the kids, because they don't understand what's happening. So it's so true. Another one I want to mention is planning ahead for emergencies, right? And that could be a whole bunch of stuff. I think, like saving money, paying your bills ahead of time if you can. Planning ahead. I'm a planner anyway, as Reese knows. So don't shake your head. So
I plead the fifth. I plead the fifth.
What you got to say, Reese?
I ain't got nothing to say.
Planning. And if you can plan ahead, you know, for what you're going to do and any type of emergencies, if you can pay your bills ahead of time, if you can't, then know what you can do or when you're going to be able to do it. So again, it falls into that structure, right?
But remember, remember, not all single parents have it like that. You have to think about the ones that are struggling paycheck to paycheck.
Right.
No, but that's what I was saying.
Listen, paycheck to paycheck with 6 kids on your brain. Man, let me tell you something.
But that's what I was saying. Every month, I make a list of my expenses, what I'm gonna have to pay, this and that. But so even if you're living paycheck to paycheck, you need to know what your budget is. You need to know how much money you're going to need to cover your bills and your bills for little Johnny and little Sophia and little this and little that. You have to know.
And name, yes, but not all of them can cover. I'm telling you, not even the one can cover everything.
Right.
That's why they have 2 jobs. Listen.
That's right.
I was a single mom. I had 2. At one time I had 3 jobs. I felt like that. You remember in Living Color where they talk about the Jamaicans? How we have 1,000 jobs?
With the 6 jobs?
6 different jobs. I'm telling you.
They're 12 jobs.
My co-worker was like, what job you going to now? You know what I'm saying? Because I had to make ends meet. I couldn't wait on baby daddy, ex-husband. I'm not that type of person to be waiting and like, okay, well, I was supposed to get X amount. I can't wait. I have to make sure the roof over the head, have food, even if I don't eat.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? So you have some of these women, and then when you have the 3 jobs, you feel guilty because you don't know what your kids are going right in front of you, you don't know.
Right.
That's right. Exactly.
You know,
and you feel like an absent mother.
What do you do?
Well, Reese, the idea is to plan ahead, right? So even if because we know there are people who are living from paycheck to paycheck and financially they may not be able to, but the idea is to have a plan, okay? Just to have a plan, because you need to, otherwise you're just running around like a chicken with your head
in
cut
the
off.
Perfect world,
I didn't say you have to pay for it. I said you have a plan to know. You have to know. We talked about this on our segment that we did with budgeting, and we had all those financial experts that came on.
Well, I wish I had
that
class.
It's really about just planning. Whether you're paying it or not, you know what you have to do. And a part of that is maybe not just with bills. As Letha is also commenting, it's about emergencies in general. The kids have to know what to do in an emergency, right? Elisa, can you talk about that?
I can. I always tell people to have a backup plan, especially now because our jobs aren't secure and food costs go up. Like it just happened here in Winnipeg. I don't know about the States, but our food all of a sudden goes up. But what about our wages? They stay the same.
They don't think about that.
Exactly. So Carol, you're right. You do want to have a budgeting plan, but you need to have a plan B for when you can't follow that budget. Because your kids need this for food.
Yeah, you can't look at them and tell them they can't have no food.
Exactly.
That's right. So I help people look at cheaper food costs on how to feed like a bigger family, and to always, if you can even get like a small credit card, like say something through Capital One where it's only like $300, so that if something happens, you have $300 just sitting there. And if you're able to, if you do get child support, try and put a little bit of that in the bank. I know a lot of parents can't, but if you can even take like $20 and put it in an account or put it in your drawer so that, hey, okay, my kid's got a fever, I'm out of Advil or I'm out of Tylenol, and I don't get paid for a week, or I don't get paid for 2 days, I have no money. Well, here's $20. I can go get some Advil. That $20 can honestly be a lifesaver. And that $300 a month from your credit card, it may stop you from having to get another small part-time job, and this way you can be home with your kids.
Right.
Or now we're all going virtual, so I help single parents look at their strengths to see, okay, what can you do for income streaming? What can you do online that can
Bring
that can
something.
exactly can bring in a bit of extra money, and you can be home.
Right.
With your kids in the evenings, as opposed to having to take a fast food job, for example, just to kind of make ends meet. Let's
Right.
find a way where we can stay at home. So
Right.
those
And
are a few tips that I give.
okay, and with that, like you said, with looking at other sources of income and or food or et cetera, and
Mhm.
programs, is an overarching theme is seek help or accept help. A lot of people don't
Absolutely.
accept the help or seek out the help because they're ashamed to,
Right. Yeah.
right?
Well, and that's a good point. You know, if you're having a tight month, there's nothing wrong with needing to. I know you guys have food stamps here. They're called food banks. You make an appointment. If you need to use it for a month or two, you know, you're just not making ends meet. There's absolutely nothing wrong with that. That's what they're for.
Yeah,
Yep.
It's to help.
yeah,
It's to
That's
help
what you
that.
pay taxes for.
exactly.
Exactly.
You
To
pay your
help.
money for it,
Absolutely.
so
Yeah.
If you're able
absolutely.
to get like here we have rent assist programs, if you're low income, if you meet that income requirement, you know, don't feel bad. Don't um,
Have you guys,
well, use that. It
have you
takes
guys, I'm sorry, have you guys in Canada have with the pandemic that has been going on, do they offer like more assistance to you guys because of the pandemic? Like I know
it
this,
depends.
okay.
Yeah,
Because I know in the
depends.
States, they're helping, people with food, as for the food stamps, the rental assistance, because of the
Yeah.
COVID and
There are a
everything.
lot of different
Oh,
programs
okay.
for
Programs
rental
out
assistance,
there.
for the food programs, food banks. There are loans you
Wow.
can apply for, or they're
Yeah,
just given stimulus checks. You don't have to apply for it. You're getting
you're
it. If
getting
you
that
pay
stimulus
taxes,
check.
you're
That
getting
is
it.
wonderful.
Because they don't have that you guys don't have it in Ontario? Why did I keep
She's
No.
saying
not in Ontario, lady. She
Why am
is in Winnipeg, Canada.
Winnipeg.
No, we
People,
don't.
it pays to go to school, yes.
There are programs, yeah, like if you want to go back to school, there's programs for that. If you do get laid off from work because of the pandemic, then you can get funding through the government
Okay.
for that.
And I know you guys don't pay for healthcare.
That's right.
That
Well,
see,
That is
not here in
amazing.
Manitoba, actually, Alberta, and I think Ontario, you do.
Wow.
okay. But that's
Yeah.
one less stress for a single parent, health insurance.
Yes, absolutely. I don't know what you guys do.
Um,
It's a massive issue
yeah,
here. And
because especially if you have a sickly child. What
yeah,
if you have an asthmatic child or
Yeah.
autistic or whatever? It's
I
hard to
couldn't.
pick on a single parent. They
yeah,
have to take off
Yes.
of work. They have
That's
to take
right.
off work all the time. And then because they're missing work, they get fired. Then guess what? Everything takes a
Mhm.
domino effect.
yeah. And it's very
Hmm.
expensive. The healthcare itself is
Oh,
very
yes.
expensive if you have to pay
Yes.
for it. So another thing I want to talk about I want to mention with that is answering, and I don't know if it's Lethe who mentioned this, but answer questions honestly, right? When you're talking to your kids, these are some survival tips that we're going through right now as a single parent. When you have kids, answer questions honestly. You don't want to lie about stuff because the children
No.
will know and they'll understand, right, Elisa?
Exactly. Yeah, that's true. And also, don't bash the other parent.
Okay.
Even though you want to, and things will come up, you know, your kids will come back from the other parent saying, oh, they're saying this.
Yep.
Try to just say, I'm
live it.
sorry you had to hear that.
So bad.
That
so
is
bad.
a big,
Exactly.
big one. And I'm so glad you mentioned
Thank
that
you for
because
raising that because
Oh,
as
you're
much
welcome.
as much as we are bitter women, because we do get bitter,
Yeah,
don't do it. Don't
that's
do it.
right. Because it's your kids you're hurting, because you're
Yes.
putting them then in a spot
But
where
the,
they have to
the
defend you.
fathers, they don't think they say what they want to say.
They
Because
do.
my kids come home and when they used to be with their father and told me stuff, and I'm like, you know what? I'm not even gonna entertain it.
Exactly.
I'm not even
Yep.
gonna go on his level because that's wrong right there. And I didn't even tit for tat. I just let it be.
Well, I've
That's
seen
right.
it happen where it also, it confuses the children,
It
right?
does.
Yes.
Yeah,
It
because they don't know
confuses
what to
them.
say.
And the children can sometimes react in a way where, okay, let's say dad is saying something about mom and the children live with mom now, and I've seen this one, then all of a sudden mom becomes the enemy.
Yeah.
And they start treating mom that way. And it's so difficult to rein them back in because dad keeps on saying negative things. And because they live with mom and mom has to be the disciplinarian, mom now becomes the monster in their
The
eyes.
mean person.
Exactly.
It's an issue.
That's right. It can hurt the relationship too between you and your child. And but how does the child bounce back from that? You know,
exactly.
A lot of the times that's when children can go to gangs, they can go to drugs just to deal with the pain.
That's where the whole craziness starts.
Yeah, exactly.
And that's another level of single parenting.
Yep.
Oh, yes.
Exactly. It's so many issues. Another one, and there's so many, but these are the ones that I like that I'm bringing up right now because they're so common and we all experience them, which is why I'm bringing it up. Another survival tip for single parents, and I love that you're chiming in on this, Elisa, because this is what you do. The tip is treat the kids like kids. Okay.
Absolutely.
Parents cannot rely on them for affection, for sympathy.
Exactly.
You know, and all of that. You've got to treat them like kids because they are kids. You can't lean on your children.
No, you can't. Exactly. That's right.
You know, and
that's very important. And too, as mothers, I mean, I'm like this even with my 17-year-old, and it's funny because he'll roll his eyes or give me looks. You know, I'm always asking for snuggies, you know, or come on, give me a hug. But he knows the difference between, okay, mom's just being mom, wants a cuddle, as opposed to I now have to fill in the blanks of her not having a partner.
Right.
You know, there's a huge difference between mother love and then partner love, and sadly it happens.
They don't just become your 17-year-old doesn't automatically now become your next husband. You know,
but you have some parents that just depend on their kid. They're used to the kid, so they depend on them for that part of the relationship.
The children have become their emotional crutch.
But even when they get
to
25, 30, they're still using them as a crutch. You know?
Yes.
Can't.
Absolutely. That's right. And I don't have him do everything. He has his select chores, but he also has schoolwork to do as well. I have to treat him like he's 17.
Yeah. You know,
and that goes looking after mom, you know.
Yes.
That's so true. Yes. We have to be mindful of our kids. They're not your partners. You have to treat them like kids. And the other thing I really like too is one of the things for the adults, you know, get past the guilt. You might feel guilty, right?
That's
a huge emotion. Yeah, that
I was just going to mention about single parents dating. Like you have some parents that say, I'm not going to date. It's all about the kids. I got to raise the kids. And then the kids go and then you're by yourself. And then you're like, okay, now it's time. You have some parents that are like that. I am not going to be like that. Mama need a life too.
Yeah.
You have to
make time for yourself.
You have to make
that
time
goes back to the self-care. Part of that is the self-care thing too.
That's right.
Don't feel guilty if you want to go out on a date.
Yeah, exactly.
There's nothing wrong with that.
No, but first you get past the guilt of breaking up with the kids you know, with your your significant other, with your spouse.
Exactly.
So that if you have to, you know, you have to be able to get past that guilt is what you're saying.
You
Reese.
do. Yes, you do.
Is there a time frame that you should consider before going out to date? Like, say, for instance, I got divorced this year. Is there a time frame that you would say, wait it out 6 months, like gather yourself, like, you know?
I doubt that seriously, right, Elisa? There's no time frame on this, and especially when you have children, it also depends on your
find
kids.
somebody right now.
No. If you, it also depends. You have to remember you have.
Right now, please, because it's getting on my nerve.
But you have to remember you have children there as well.
Right.
So you have to be careful of their feelings. You don't just want to be like, oh, well, I said goodbye to your father yesterday, so now I'm moving on to someone else. And then where does that leave your children?
Exactly. And that happens. Sadly, that happens.
But how soon do you introduce that person to the home?
You have to watch that and work with your kids and see how they're going to emotionally deal with that. Are they ready?
I was just going to say that. How have your kids moved on as well?
Right.
And more often than not, if you've healed and you're strong enough, your kids will heal too. It's all about communication, right? And if your kids are older, you know, talk to them. Say, hey, I'm going on a date. Are they going to be moving in tomorrow or spending the night? No. You know.
If you nerves, I'm gonna move them in.
And that's
Reese, the next month they'll be like, listen. Oh, the kids come out in the living room and see somebody sitting there watching TV with you, and they're like, "Who's that? Your new daddy?"
Your new daddy. I said, if you give me any more trouble, I'm gonna find somebody to live up in here. Okay, so it's up to you. Who that, mama? Your new daddy.
Oh, here's your new mom.
Yeah.
Oh gosh.
Kids, mommy got a surprise for you. What? Your new daddy.
Say hello.
Listen to him again.
And then all of a sudden you got this new daddy telling them, take your foot off the table.
Oh goodness.
Don't put the cup on there like that.
That's a whole different show, because then they say, you ain't my daddy. You ain't my daddy. And then that's a whole different show.
Exactly.
That's right.
So parents, if your kids are giving you trouble, just threaten them with that. I'm gonna bring in a new daddy for y'all.
Oh my goodness.
Especially if you have boys. Boys don't want no other man. I have 3 boys. Trust me. If they're gonna want no other man coming in there. So them boys.
Yes, my son's like that too.
Very protective, right?
Yes, very.
Yes.
Very.
Yeah, it's true. And the girls are daddy's girls, so they might be just very resentful.
The girls will leave you laying on the side of the street. They'll be the first to put you in the nursing home. That's the
Reese doctrine.
Yeah, you know, they'll be the first one to put you in the nursing home. And come on, mother. I don't have time. You sit right here. But the boys, they just love upon you, and they, yep.
Oh man.
Karen, you won't be going to, Karen, I know you have a girl. She won't put you in. She's not going to put you in the nursing home.
She better not. No. I hope not.
Mine jokes around that he will, and then I'm like, "What? You're not gonna take me in? I don't understand this. Your fancy university degree, you can afford it." All right. Like, and then he jokes, "Well, I can also afford, you know, a good 55
good nursing home."
Yes. I'm like, no, you can make me my own little wing. You know, I can be a built-in babysitter for you. It'd be great. You know, I won't interfere in your marriage.
It's like, you know, and that's another topic too. With that, when you're a single parent, and the other, then that they're grown, and the wife, or the husband comes in, and they, that right there,
yes.
I'm not looking forward to that.
That is a whole nother issue. It's like
real quick. I saw, yes, Carol, you go laugh. I saw that on 90 Day Fiance, where Colt lived with his mother
Oh,
forever.
yes.
You watch it, Elisa?
Oh, I'm a huge fan.
Thank you,
I
Elisa.
recorded
You
that.
and Lacey.
So you know what I'm talking about, right? That's a perfect example.
Colty.
Yeah, Colty. He lived with his mom
Oh.
forever. So
Yeah.
any woman that comes in and she makes it known
Oh,
that
yes.
Colty
For sure.
is, yes. So that's another show right there.
Oh, yes. And she makes it known this is my house. This is never going to
Yes.
be your house.
Yes,
Yeah.
and it's Colty's house, and Colty like this, and Colty doesn't like this, and
Mhm.
yes. So
Well-
that's another issue when you're a single parent
Yeah.
growing these kids.
Yeah,
Yes,
exactly.
exactly.
And as Lethe just commented with us on our live, Lethe was saying that yes, you have to be careful of introducing, you know,
Yes,
other
yes,
people into the
definitely.
relationship too soon, because it
Yes.
creates a whole lot of confusion and possible resentment. And then you're adding a whole bunch of layer of problems to whatever already, you know, you could
That's
be the
right.
one who blows the situation right there by rushing it, moving too fast, and
Yes.
expecting that your children should just accept it because you're ready to move on.
And that's
No.
what, yeah.
You're
she
creating the
also
problem.
says- And Lacey also says, yes, Miss Shaw, she has her 3 girls. She says, oh, they're already planning and debating who's gonna keep me. All 3 wants me to be with them. So you go ahead, girl.
Exactly. So her girls are not sending
Right.
her to a nursing home.
To a
They're
nursing
not
home.
kicking her to the
So
side.
we don't have to go
So-
visit
That's
Ailey at the
good.
nursing home. That's good.
Oh my
I'll
goodness.
have to have another talk with my son. I'll give him a couple years though. Let him
Yes,
finish high school.
yes. But
And
that
the
is,
last survival tip I wanted to mention in this series of survival tips is to be consistent with the rules and the discipline.
Yes.
For me, that's a big,
Absolutely
big, 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 big.
consistency.
Be consistent
Oh,
with the
yes.
rules and the discipline. And even sometimes I struggle with that because I'm not always consistent with the, you know.
No, I think we all fall off of that, you know.
Yeah.
Kids are very famous for, oh, come on, just please, won't hurt. And then how do you resist those, those baby
And then
eyes?
you
And
feel sorry for them one day. You're like,
yes.
oh, okay, fine. And
I
then
do
you
that
go back.
now, even with my 14, my last baby. He's not
Oh,
a baby,
yes.
but when I
I do
have
that
to like
too.
that, he's like, because he knows, I know you spoil me because I'm a baby, and he knows that. And when I have to reprimand him, I really feel some type of way. Like but I can't let him know that. But I'm
That's
like,
right.
Yeah.
I know.
I really do feel some
Sometimes
type of way. But you're right.
sometimes after I reprimand and I crack the whip on certain things, and I say, okay, you're gonna lose these privileges and you're not gonna get. And then or I yell, then I feel so bad. Then later on, I'm the one crying.
That's right. And they've moved on. Yeah,
Yeah.
they think nothing
They
of
don't
it.
even remember.
Yeah,
Yes,
I know.
they
My
don't even
mom will
remember.
say, Mom, I didn't even realize anything.
Yeah.
It's like every day.
You're
Yeah.
not phased. You know?
Okay.
We're here beating up ourselves, and they're just going along their merry way.
Yeah.
But one of the things I do like to remind myself as a parent also is what we are doing with our children now, what we're contributing to their lives. As Lisa said, it's gonna take them forever into their lives. We're setting the
Absolutely.
foundation.
Yes.
For
Exactly.
what they're going to do, who they're going to become. I mean, people
Right.
change, of course, but we're really instilling that foundation in them, so the discipline is not bad. We're not abusing our children. That's different. We're not talking about
that
abuse.
is totally different.
Okay. We're just talking about
Exactly.
being disciplined and teaching them about the discipline and about rules and about boundaries and all that stuff so that they understand and take that forward in life.
Yes,
Yeah, that's
Lilith,
very
I
true.
remember that. Lilith says, he who spares the rod hates his son, but he who loves him disciplines him diligently.
Yes.
Yep.
I was just going to say disciplining.
Hey, Lilith,
actually equals
Ailey
love.
is old school, Ailey is old school. So Yeah,
Right.
I remember that. Spare the rod and spare the child or something like that.
Exactly. It's okay to say no to your kids, actually. Like you said, you're teaching them boundaries.
Yeah.
Can't walk all
Exactly.
over mom. And that's important as single parents, especially if you only have one child, because they do become very overprotective and they like to call the shots, especially when it's a mom with a boy, because that's a male thing. You know, they like to run the household. So you got to
Yes.
kind of, you know, they want to be the men of the house.
Yeah.
Common. So, and
Yes.
same with a girl and a dad, right? So it's very important to set those boundaries and say no, it's not going to happen. I'm going to do this
Yeah.
instead. No, if you do this, yeah, you know, these are the consequences.
Yeah.
Here you go. It's
Yeah.
just not going to happen.
So with that too, I want to jump into some negative effects and some positive effects, right? Because like
Okay.
we said, it's not all negative.
It's
It's not
not.
all positive. So we're just going to talk about it right now because I want all the single parents who are out there experiencing this right now to know that everybody's experiencing the same thing. You're not alone.
That's right.
Okay. And we all know about it. Everybody who's going through it, everyone knows about it. So this is a sharing forum that we have here. We are talking, we're sharing with you. So some of the negative effects of single parenting, right? And I'll start off and you guys can jump in. Kids typically spend most of their childhood with their mothers, right? We know that most of it because based on the stats, but kids will likely experience, here are some of the negatives that were listed, higher rates of poverty, right? Because now all of a sudden you have a single parent household. So maybe higher rates of poverty. Some kids may start to fail in school, right? Some kids may feel a sense of shame because now all of a sudden they're, you know, they have a single parent. They don't want to admit it, especially if all their friends are, is in double two parent households. There may be bullying. You know, we have kids that are going to bully some others. You only, you know, one parent or just your mama or your daddy or your mama left, your daddy left your mom, you know, could be bullying and various other issues. You may have some behavioral issues that
that's
are
true.
manifested as a result with those kids. Those are some negative. Then you'll have the fear of, on the parent side, fear of losing your kids to other partners and custody issues. That's on the adult side. So on the kids side, it's the school problems, it's this and that. Are there, did I miss anything? How do you guys feel about some of those negative effects?
Well, you know, you hit it on the nose about behavioral issues. And that's where maybe controlling your anger and how you want the custody arrangement to be really plays a part. So the more you bash the other parent, the more you don't stand up for yourself, the more the more bitterness and anger that happens during the custody arrangement, your child is going to act out on that, and it happens in the school.
Right.
So they're either going to be bullies or they're going to not know how to stand up for themselves, so they will be bullied. They can end up facing depression. They can, and when they become teenagers, you know, they could either skip school or don't hand in assignments. They don't want to do their homework. They're walking over you at home as well. So many things, so many negative things can happen. And also when they get to be adults, they are going to see how you treated your ex and how your ex treated you, and they're going to think it's okay to treat other people like that. They won't know healthy relationships, or they'll become doormats. That's a possibility as well. And they could be like that with their friends, where their friends treat them however they want, and your child just puts up with it. So it's important to know as a single parent, you know, how do you want the custody arrangement to go? What is it? What, don't do just what's best for you. What is in the best interest of your child? So
I think it depends on the situation too.
it does. It does.
Do you want it to be supervised? are not
Yeah,
supervised.
exactly. How is your child handling 50-50 as well? Is your child able to handle a week being away from you and a week being away from the other parent? Sometimes they're not. A week is too long. But sometimes it's too much because you can also have, like, say, a 60-40 percentage. So the child is, say, with you for 3 days and then for 2 days with the other parent, and then it goes back and forth. Sometimes that's too much. If you're not in the same area and you can't go to the same school, well, then that's not going to work. But some parents will go, well, no, this is best for me. So here you go, kid. You're just going to deal with it and you're not going to get any help. Well, no, that's not going to work. Excuse me, dry throat. No,
Okay.
you really have to listen to your kids. And if it looks like your kids are acting out, then it's okay to admit, hey, I need some help with my emotions. And my child needs to get back on track too. This is where we need to heal. And it's okay.
Yeah. And, you know, so those are some of the negative effects, right?
Right.
But like we said, conversely, there are also positives.
Of being a single parent?
Of being a single parent.
It's
not all bad.
No, it's not.
But I was trying to find out what's the positive. I was thinking about that today.
What's the positive of being a single parent?
No, seriously. What is?
Well, it's true, right? It's like there's a positive.
I'm so happy to be a single parent. I'm so happy to take on this stress. I'm so happy. My life is fulfilled. Okay, break it down, Elisa.
That point number one, that survival tip number one was for you, Reese. Stay positive. Hello.
This is what happens on Let's Connect, Elisa.
Hello. That survival tip. I should plaster that across your forehead. Stay positive.
Okay.
Oh, that's good.
I'm just so happy.
We're out here giving out these tips and she's going, I was trying to figure this out all day because I can't see the positives. Wait a minute.
There's a being a single mother. So I was thinking,
what is happening?
So the number one thing is be
Exactly.
Number one that we mentioned, but she's over here going, I can't see any of that. I don't understand what is so good about it.
Wonderful. What is so wonderful?
Do you need some coaching from Elisa on this? Okay.
You can come see me anytime.
Oh, all right. So,
gotta love it. Gotta love this girl.
Can you please break down the positive?
So the positives.
The positives.
Your children, right? They learn to balance their own needs and wants.
That's
with the entire family unit. And as a result, they learn how to juggle competing priorities because they have to learn that balance. And that is a life skill that they all need to learn. And even with my kid, every day I'm like, okay, so listen, you've got to learn how to juggle. You got to learn how to multitask. You got to learn how to prioritize. You've got these 15 things to do. Which one is most important? Think about it this, you know? So these are skills that they learn. While if you're just in a double parent, blah, 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 you know, they may not have to deal with all of that.
That's right. And they learn how to be, I guess, self-sufficient in a way when you're a single parent.
Yes.
Because you can't always do everyththing for them.
Yes.
Especially when it's just when it's one-on-one, they have to learn. You know,
and be independent
all the time, unfortunately. And they also learn budgeting tips.
Yep.
We can't afford to just give you that fancy toy, you're not
They
going to
learn
get
the
it.
importance and the value of money.
So I
Exactly. Yeah,
good.
exactly. You know, it just becomes natural. Okay, they know mom can't afford this. They know dad can't afford this. So I'm not going to get that new PlayStation. They can ask for it. And, you know, if you're co-parenting and both people can pitch in for that, okay, that's great. And that does happen, but a lot of the times it doesn't. So they just come to know. They come to that, and when they do get it, they value it too. They don't break it on the second use.
Yeah.
They'll get use
Yeah.
out of it, and they know that you have to work for that.
Yes.
Yep.
Okay.
So
All right.
the other
Yeah,
thing too, the other positives, Reese, there are some positives now.
I see.
It's not all bad.
Get the blind man. I see.
So the other thing too is they learn how to handle adversities, right, in life.
Right.
So
That's
and
right.
like Letha was just saying, self-sufficiency, you know, coupled with resilience, it's the same thing. They have to be resilient, self-sufficient, and they learn how to handle adversities in life, because now they get to see this, right? They get to see mom and dad are not together anymore. Things happen in life. It's not always going to be, you know, a bed of roses. It's not always going to be perfect. And
That's
now all
right.
of a sudden there's this upheaval of their lives, and they have to learn how to deal with that. So they learn how to deal with that very quickly in a single parent household.
They do. Yes.
Right.
Yes, absolutely.
Right.
That's right.
The other thing is they also realize, you know, or the parents need to realize that it's okay for them to be parents and to pursue their own needs, right?
That's right.
And the children will get to see that as well, like the alone time sometimes that parents need at home. Parents need alone time. Even sometimes the kids need alone time.
They do.
You know,
Yeah.
and or time for adult conversation. They, you know, parents need that, so the kids get to learn that as well. And sometimes, you know, especially in the single parent household, they get to see that and they recognize it. While you have two parents, they may not, because they take it for granted. Mom and dad, they burst in your room, they're constantly interrupting this and that. But when they see it's a single parent household, they get to learn that mom needs alone time. There's a time for this, there's a time for that.
Yes, absolutely.
My kids knew that. They knew that. I'm a moody person anyway, so they were used to that. When they saw me in that zone, they knew to stay away. So
right. That's right.
Yeah.
And they learned to, at least with mine when he was young, when mommy has the door closed, don't come in unless you know. And if
unless the house is burning down.
That's right. I would never fully close it, but I would leave it, exactly. I would leave it a little bit ajar, but when it's like that, it means mommy needs privacy, and I would take it, even if it's for 10 minutes, just to, you know, breathe, or even lay on my bed for like 10 minutes, just to, you know, get some space. He knew. Or if say you're changing or something. Same with the bathroom, because it's so famous, right? Oh, we'll just walk in on mommy. No. No, you're not. It's very important that I have my own bathroom time.
Yes.
Yeah.
Although they don't think so, they think they need to be in every aspect of your, like, can I have some
Exactly.
space?
Yep.
That's right.
Like, please.
They're standing in there while you're using the bathroom. They're standing
like
looking at you.
Yeah, we're like,
wait a minute. Can you get out?
yeah, I'd be like, listen, like,
exactly.
What, mommy? What? It's crazy.
What are you doing, mommy?
Hello.
I think it's obvious.
Exactly. You know?
And then you don't want to be like, get out of here, go, come on. That's even funny. Worse. What are you doing here?
So, you know, so those are some of the main ones. You also get to bond with your kids, but you need to teach the children, you know, and stress with them that they need to express their needs while they are considering the needs of other people. So be conscientious, you know, when you have single parenting, especially if you have multiple kids, Reese, that we were talking about, they'll get to learn that. Those are some positives. They'll get to learn that now because they're all competing for mom's or dad's attention. But, you know, so, and it can't happen all at once. So then they learn how to express their needs while at the same time considering the needs of their sister or brother or something. You know, they'll learn that very quickly in a single parent household, because it's not always going to be about you.
That's right.
Well, yeah. So the final point I wanted to bring out really too is, can single parents raise successful kids?
Of course.
Absolutely.
Of course.
Yes.
I think just being a single parent motivates them to want to.
That's what I was going to say.
Yeah, it motivates them to, I want to make sure my mom is okay. I don't want my mom working or my dad working, because look at what they did for us. And, you know, I absolutely think so.
Yeah.
You have some of them that I was watching, I think it was Today Show or something like that. And he said he became a chef because his mom used to work all the time and he had to fend for himself and his brothers. So that's how he learned to start cooking.
Oh, wow.
And now that's a chef, like a famous.
Awesome.
Yeah. So some of these things, I mean, that's a positive. That's a positive right there. You know?
Oh, yes.
That is a positive. You see, you just found the positive by yourself. I didn't even have to help you.
Light bulb just went out.
The light bulb went off. Just ding.
I'm a slow learner, but it got on.
I am glad to have been of service to you, my dear.
Yes. So, we're not even drinking around here, so you can imagine if we were having a drink.
Yeah, we don't need to drink, Elisa.
No.
Can you imagine if we drank? Oh my goodness.
We drank. But yes, it can lead to kids being successful.
Yes, yes,
and
absolutely.
you see that a lot in the sports world, basketball and football, where these guys, they want to make sure that their mother is fine. So they go out there for these big jobs like the NFL and even though you have one chance, but they still want to make sure that their mom is good, or you know, so it motivates them.
That's right.
So we want those mothers out there or dads who are raising children on your own to feel assured. I'm sure you already know this, but it's hard sometimes when you're in it and in the process. Sometimes it's difficult. But we want you to be assured that, yes, you can raise successful children. You just got to stick it out.
Exactly.
Hang in there and know and be confident when you're disciplining and when you're going through all the trials. Yeah, you absolutely can raise successful children. And when there are other people who are being overly judgmental, just remember that, you know, your kid might end up being way more successful.
Yep.
You know,
that's it.
It's gonna get stressful.
Yeah, absolutely.
The children
don't head for the bottle too. Don't head for the bottle. It'll get easier. It'll get easier.
And to back that up, there's a 2017 New York Post article that talks about the fact that the children of many single parent families have the same success rate as those with married parents. Okay, so that goes to show, to back up that argument, they have the same success rates, okay, as married parents. And children born to mothers with a high school diploma who earned a high school diploma range from 78.5% for those who were raised by unmarried parents to 87.7%. So we're talking about almost 79%, between 79 to 88%, those raised by married kids. So it's very, very close in terms of the success rate. So absolutely, you can raise successful children as single parents. So hang in there, tough it out.
Yes.
It's tough. It is
Don't
tough.
stop talking to them. Don't stop talking to them. Don't stop disciplining them. Because
That's right.
my grandmother said, don't stop because they'll get it eventually. So don't stop talking. Don't stop talking.
Don't stop
Exactly.
talking. It's so hard when you're in it, and especially like we talked about before, if you're the disciplinarian, the one at home disciplining them, and you're struggling because they don't want to hear it, or they feel like you are the monster or the this and the that, it's hard to keep talking when you feel like you're beating. Sometimes I feel like I'm beating my head against the wall.
No, mine is in and then it goes right out.
What I say every day to my kid is, I think it's Groundhog Day.
The same, yes. It's the same thing.
It's Groundhog Day. It's the same thing every day. And I'm whispering because I don't want my kid to hear.
Yeah.
It's the same thing. So that advice to say, don't stop talking.
Like my son, the 17-year-old, he's at the point where, why do I need to go to school? Why do I need, I said, listen to me.
Right.
He's at that point, he just want to go out and work. I'm not even need a diploma. Just get your diploma, because not every kid is for college. Okay, I get that. Just go to school. I said, all I want you to do is just get your degree. I'll get your high school diploma. Then once you do that, we can tackle the next thing. But oh my God. So I have to keep telling him,
Yeah. Well, and now I don't know about in the States, but here in Canada, like some basic customer service over the phone jobs, you need a bachelor degree. To work at McDonald's, they won't, if you're like 18 or 19, you don't have, or say even mid-20s, and you don't have your bachelor's, or not bachelor's, your high school diploma, they won't hire you.
Wow.
I'm telling you, people that have bachelors right now, they're having a hard time finding jobs, much less somebody that don't have their diploma.
Exactly.
Absolutely. Wow.
And even too, I've heard I guess third year students, and when you're just getting out of university, you can have spent all this money on a bachelor's degree, but you're still going to have a hard time getting a job. You have to have further education to and have a major and go to grad school, etc. Because just a bachelor's degree doesn't necessarily mean you're going to get a job.
You're racking up those student loans, though.
Oh yes.
So
yeah.
Absolutely. So I'm so glad that we chatted about that today. So to close that out, where we talked about single parenting, the issues with single parenting, the pros and the cons, the good, the bad. Yes, there are some positives, Reese. It's not all bad.
I learned something today.
You learned something, okay? Not all bad. And especially if you find yourself in this situation, you better find the positive.
Right?
Okay. Because you don't have a choice. You better find the positive.
That's right. So, I can help you with that if you ever need Reese.
I have your information. I have your information.
Yes.
When you hear
He's going to need that.
When she hears that Reese has an appointment, she's going to have to die before the appointment.
That's right. That's right.
Or you may want to swig a scotch before you deal with me.
Yes, indeed. But Elisa, I want to thank you so much for coming on and chatting with us about this topic today. And I hope that we can reach out to you, have you come back. We were having some technical issues today that we've told everyone, unfortunately, with the radio connection. But we're definitely live on Facebook. This is also going to be on YouTube. So please let everybody know.
Please subscribe to our YouTube page. Let's Connect.
Yes, absolutely.
Our YouTube page is called Let's Connect. We have all of our episodes. Every show episode is on our YouTube channel. And everyone can go out there to check it out. I would love for your listeners as well, your followers, to go out and check out everything that you talked about today, because today was just a big seminar that you just did. with everything you
That's
talked
true.
about, you know, and it's a way for, and your information will be posted in today's episode on the YouTube
Okay.
channel, along with your link to how they can find you, etc. So we want
Wonderful.
you to tell everybody, and then when you're done, if you could also give us a shout out to let people know how you felt about coming
Yes.
onto the show, and just tag us when you
Okay.
do that, so we can also repost it to our page
So
to
we
let
want
everybody know.
to have some Winnipeg listeners.
Yes.
We want
Yes.
some
Yes,
Winnipeg
We want more
listeners.
people from Winnipeg, Canada to check us out at Let's Connect. You know, we
On
have lots
Wednesday.
of amazing information that we share every single week with our audience. We talk about stuff from mental health, suicide prevention. We talk about
Dating.
postpartum. Yes, we talk about dating. We talk online dating, different dating, fun
That's
stuff. We
great.
have every topic. We talk about generational wealth. We talk about credit, how to increase your credit or manage your credit. So we have different experts on every single week. So we talk
Wonderful.
about everything in here, and establishing a business and patents and what do you need to do for your
That's
patents.
great.
Yes.
Yeah, we don't play
I
around
like
here.
that.
Yes.
We don't play on Let's Connect.
That's right. So
No.
we love our audience, and we love providing information to everybody on a weekly basis. So we want you to let your folks know that we're out there. And if everybody could subscribe to our YouTube page, we would really appreciate it. And also follow us on our Facebook page at Let's Connect. Okay, it's the green logo, Let's Connect. If you follow us on YouTube and subscribe, and on Facebook. So with that, Elisa, if you could tell everybody, because you are a coach, this is what you do.
Right.
Tell everybody how they can find you. If they need help with single parenting, they just need someone to talk to or figure out how to strategize and structure programs that, you know, may help them. Please tell them where they can find you.
Well, they can find me on Facebook. I have a personal profile, Elisa Thickson, Thickson, or on my business page, Elisa Thickson Lifestyle Coach. You can find me on Instagram at, it would be Elisa at Divorce Recovery Coaching. Let me just double check that.
I love that, the divorce discovery.
Recovery.
Recovery. I might have said it wrong too. I am looking at my handle.
We're not trying to discover any divorces right
I
now.
know, right? Oh Lord.
Wait a minute. Maybe you do need a drink or something, Reese. Maybe
Maybe
that'll help.
That will help me today. I bet you never had an interview like this before, Elisa.
I'm honestly having a great time. I hope to come back. And
No,
also,
we want you to come back.
ladies, and
You
any
can come back anytime, please.
Oh,
And we
that's
mean
great.
that.
We need a check-in sometime. You check in with me to see if everything is sane with me, you know? So
Okay.
No, I think she can assume that everything is
Are you
never
today?
sane with you. I think she can assume that, you know, everything is never sane. Mm-mm.
never stay. Never
No.
stay.
I'll let you know what I was crying at the night before.
Okay.
Yes.
Yes.
Sadly, I do that too.
I'll let you know. I just saw a toilet tissue commercial. Why?
The Charmin
it
one.
has-
So look
no,
at the
it's
teddy bears.
true. It's true. I've been crying.
Oh my goodness.
Oh my
gracious.
goodness.
Elisa, do you have a phone number that they reach you, or they
Yes,
reach
I
you
do.
on Facebook, and you have a telephone for them
Yep.
to reach you? Okay.
Yeah, I do. I also have a WhatsApp account. So
Okay.
people
What's the
contact me that
telephone?
way.
What's the phone?
It's 1-204 558 2577.
Okay. So that's the phone number for folks who want to reach out. And this is not, you're not only catering to your coaching services for folks in Winnipeg, Canada. People can reach you from anywhere, correct?
That's right. Yes,
Okay.
exactly.
Excellent. So just so everybody knows, this is not just because Elisa is located in Canada, it doesn't mean that you can't reach out to her for her services. If you are in the US or anywhere else, you need help, you reach out, she'll be there to help you.
That's
Okay,
right.
awesome. So we're gonna put the links up, Elisa, to your Facebook, the links to your on the YouTube page and on our Facebook page for this episode, so people can find you. We'll put up the phone number for you if people want to call you as well. And we're hoping that everybody will reach out to you for services, divorce recovery coaching.
Exactly. Okay. I also do have a link where they can book a free consultation, and I'll it's my Konnect link.
Okay. What's the link?
It's www.konnect.
How do you spell that?
It's CAL.
CAL?
Yes.
Okay.
ENDLY.com.
Okay.
/E Thickson, and Thickson is T as in Tom, HIC as in cat, KS as in Sam, ON as in November.
Awesome. So again, we're going to post the link. So if anyone needs a free consultation, if you're looking for the divorce recovery coaching, single parent coaching and strategies, Elisa can help you. She's offering a free consultation at
free
is always good. Free. She is available to you. www.CALEN as in Nancy, DLY.com/ETHICKSON. That link will be posted in the show episode so you can find her. So not to worry, we'll have the link. Go out to YouTube, everybody. After this, you go out to YouTube, you'll see the episode there, or you can also find it on our Facebook page. Okay, so with that, Elisa, we thank you so much. Thank you for coming on today.
Oh, you're welcome. Thank you for reaching out and for having me. I had a great time.
Thank you. And we'll see you again. We're going to reach out to you again, but feel free to pop on with us whenever. Okay, reach out to us. We're following you also on Instagram, so we'll share with you, and any topic you see that we're covering, we do a different topic every week. Reach out to us if you'd like to be a part of the show and say, hey guys, I want to pop on with you. We welcome everybody. Okay.
Oh, wonderful.
You're family now.
Do that.
Yes, indeed. Thank you, Elisa, and we will see you soon.
Hey, you guys take care, ladies.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Yes.
All right, Reese. So we're gonna wrap up soon, but there's one thing I wanted to chat about with the voiceover. As everybody know, okay, we're gonna talk about, this is a segment where we spend just a few minutes right before we go out with the show. We talk about our individual things that we pursue. I pursue voiceover. I'm a voiceover artist. I have a voiceover company, and Reese has another business as well that she's going to go into and talk about and let you guys know, because you know, we need your support, everybody. Yes, we do. So in terms of voiceover, I'm a voiceover artist, and what that is voiceover or voice acting or a narrator. Same thing. You see it in the movies, the commercials that Reese was just talking about, commercials you see on TV, there's a voice that goes with the commercial, with the video. You laugh, watch cartoons. Obviously, the cartoons are not real people, but there's a real person voice behind that talking. That's voiceover. Or voiceover could be something as simple like, I always like to tell everybody, it could be something as simple as your voicemail system. Do you have a business? Are you a small business entrepreneur? You know, you've just started your business, but you don't have a massive budget to run a national ad campaign where you're advertising your product on a large scale on every major radio station, but you want to do a small scale commercial for your business and run it locally, or you may like to run this in your place of business. You can reach out to me for that, for voiceover. My voiceover is usually described as soothing, calming. And if you go out I almost said Let's Connect. If you go out to my voiceover page, it is called Lights Action Voiceover. And that's on YouTube, on Instagram, on Facebook, on LinkedIn, Lights Action Voiceover. You will see me. You'll see this face. Yes, same face. For voiceover, and that's for documentaries, for e-learning, all the different types of voiceover. Like I said, if you just want a professional voicemail, if you're looking for a commercial that you want to play in your place of business, which is something that I'm doing now and I'm working with customers on right now. Somebody walks in, you have a spa, and shout out to Yvonne. Hello,
Yes,
Yvonne.
I know, right? Hey, Yvonne.
You have a spa, a wellness business, etc., and you have customers coming in. You want something soothing that you want to play, but something that will represent your business. So while your customers are waiting or in the waiting room, they could be hearing about your services, about your business, or when customers call you to book an appointment, this is the voice, a soothing voice they hear. Okay, so reach out to me, Lights Action Voiceover at gmail.com. Lights Action Voiceover. And Reese, I don't know if you have it queued up that you could play. This is a recent video. It's a snippet.
Real quick. Remember, we can't hear. Do you remember I don't know if they're going to be able to hear.
Oh, okay. So,
remember, yeah.
All right.
Actually so yeah.
You're not able to share the audio today. All right.
Audio part.
So we're not able to share the audio with you today, but again, if you want to hear audio of the voiceover, you can go out to Lights Action Voiceover. The link is also going to be at the bottom. Go down, scroll down here in this episode, and you'll see the link for the voiceover, and reach out to me. Okay. All right. So with that, Reese, let's hear about eGirl Friday Work Bar.
Well, as you guys know, or for the new listeners, I have a establishment called eGirl Friday Work Bar, which is a co-sharing workspace for entrepreneurs or anybody that wants to come out to work, but they don't have the funds to have their own office or whatever the case may be. You come into the space. You have complimentary Wi-Fi, so you have printers, you can scan. So it's like your office, you just have to bring your laptop. That's basically it. And we're open 7 days a week. And you actually, with your booking, you get the complimentary Wi-Fi, scanning, printer, you get coffee, tea, snacks. And that's basically it. If you want to do a meeting, we have the whiteboard. You can set up for a meeting. You can do book club, whatever the case is, we handle that here. So it's not only a co-sharing, but other events can happen, like pop-up shops, book clubs, whatever it is that you need to do. And we are located in Coral Springs, Florida.
Excellent. Coral Springs, Florida, folks. So if you're looking for a workspace away from home, perhaps
yes.
You need to, I like to say this every week, I say this, you have a client that you want to meet. You can't bring that client to your home. So, because right now everybody's working from home, but you can't bring people into your home. Here is a workspace, a professional, beautiful workspace that you can have as you book that space to have your meeting. And you go there, you get the Wi-Fi, you get everything, printers, you get everything, coffee, tea, snacks, this and that, a professional space to hold your meeting or whatever type of events that you have. And some examples of events that you have there, Reese, are, what are some of the examples?
Like this weekend, we're having a kids edition sip and paint party. Not party, but every third Saturday to give the parents a break from 1 to 3. So we're gonna have the kids come over. They do their little sip and paint. They're gonna sip on their juice box.
Right.
And they're gonna be painting.
And different entrepreneur women,
yeah,
business entrepreneurs have their meetings there.
Right, they have their meetings there.
Meetings. So,
we're having a one lady just booked to host a sewing class. So she's gonna do it for the weekend. Okay. You know, where she's teaching people how to
a sewing class, you have little parties, you have if you want to do a pop-up shop, this is space for you. If you want to have a business meeting, so the space is there. And where can people see the space and book you?
You can go on www.egirlfriday, V as in Victor, A as in Apple.com, and click on work bar, and you'll see the layout.
www.egirlfriday,
V as in Victor, A as in Apple.com.
There you go. So egirlfriday, V as in Victor, A.com. And you see the pictures of the space. It's beautiful. It's very professional. And you can also book your spot through there.
Yes.
All right, everybody. We have come to the end of another show.
Yes, it was very good. I learned something today. That there is positive to being a single parent. Okay. So
it's not all bad.
It's not all bad, people. That's what I took from the show today.
Yes, indeed. And before we do that too, I just want to say, in terms of sponsorship, we are looking for sponsors on this show. If you have a product, if you have a business, something you would like to promote, yes, we are happy to promote your business here on this show, but we're also looking for support. So we have different sponsorship packages. We will work with you. We can partner with you. If there are, like today, the coach giving away a free consultation, we will work in collaboration with you to promote whatever it is that you would like to promote for your business.
Because we're all over the world, because we are an online radio station. So
reach out to us for collaborative work, and we'll work with you. Just let us know. Alrighty. So with that, again, we are the show called Let's Connect. We are here every Wednesday. Every Wednesday, people, we're here from 3 p.m. to 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We're normally on myturnradio.com. That's www.myturnradio.com every Wednesday from 3 p.m. to 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, as well as we're live on Facebook. And then once we're done, we'll post this on our YouTube page. Okay, so we love you. We thank you for rocking with us today and sitting and listening and sharing with us live. We're the show called Let's Connect, the show where you find
more compassion,
more empathy, and less judgment. Everybody, we'll see you next week.
Thank you, guys.
Thanks for being with us.